Good afternoon, Brooklyn Squad. Mm, mm, boy. Something weird is going on around here. Mm. Hold on. Nah, hold on, y'all. I have to get that. Hey, I'm live right now, Mama.
Okay, well, you want me to get in now?
Yeah, you could
I'm
come
just
in.
doing audio, right? I'm not doing video because I don't have my makeup on.
Girl, it's okay.
I'm not going in looking like this.
That's fine. That's fine. Then you could cover the video. You could cover your video. Hey, y'all. Oh my God, I thought I was off. I didn't know y'all can hear me, but that's okay. Um, Hey, Kathy B. Hey, Arctic Fox. How's everybody doing today? Something weird is going on in my comments because I had two comments in there and then it disappeared. I find that very strange. I don't know what the hell is going on, but we ain't here for all that. We here because we hear what we do and I'm putting out missing cases. So I'm waiting for someone else to join me. But other than that, I'm glad that y'all joined me. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, there's some weird stuff going on around here. Hmm. But we'll get to the bottom of it. So welcome to Brooklyn Squad Real Life Drama. If you new, welcome. I've been expecting you. Okay? So that you can be informed on all these cases, these missing children, and everyone else that has been missing in society all around us, right? Like we have so many missing people, so many missing children, people that are being trafficked, people that are being missing, people that are just, they don't just disappear, right? They just don't disappear. So, thank you for joining. And that's what I do on my platform, right? So today we are going to be, and I get names all wrong, right? But I have Karen here to help me today with these names, with the names also. So Karen's gonna be helping me. She's one of our new Brooklyn squads, okay? And she also is building her platform, because she's really into crime and stuff like that, and she's spreading awareness and things. So that's a really good thing. So I'm really proud of her. So we're gonna keep sure she's usually in the comments, but she's up here today because we both have been looking into this case. Now, can you help me pronounce her name, Karen? R- Rashi, say her name for me.
Relisha?
Relisha. For some reason, I was saying Rashila.
I know a lot of people have that problem.
Yeah, for some reason it's Relisha. Okay,
It's Relisha Rudd.
Relisha Rudd, right? Y'all know I'm so messed up when it comes to names. I don't know if that's the Brooklyn in me. I don't know, but Relisha Rudd, yeah, Relisha Rudd was 8 years. I'ma still say, well, yeah, at the time that she was missing, she was 8 years old.
Yes.
Um, from Washington D.C. Okay. Now, good morning. Hello, I'm saying good morning. Good afternoon, Katie. Good evening. Now, she was missing when she was 8 years old. Cute, adorable little girl. She
Oh,
wanted,
beautiful. She
wasn't
was
she?
beautiful. Yes.
Yes. She had that cute face. She wanted to become a model, and she could have went for it. Okay, she could have went for it because she is very, 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 very adorable little girl. A lot of people failed her.
They did.
A lot of people failed her. Um, when she was in school, well, first of all, let me just go back a little bit. Her family's lifestyle, if a lot of you could relate and identify with this drugs, homelessness, uh, stuff like that, you know? So it kind of reminds me of my story a little bit. You know what I mean? Her family, her mother had to wind up in a shelter. That shelter I heard was disgusting.
Yes.
Nasty rats, roaches, everything like a shelter could even have, but worse. I heard they had raccoons also in there. Like it was nasty, you
There was
know?
also tunnels that there were
Hmm.
tunnels that were going to the shelter.
Yes. Also tunnels. They had tunnels there as well, which we're going to get into that because that is like, whoa, what was that about? That used to be a hotel. Wasn't that a hotel?
Yes. Hmm.
That used to be a hotel back in the days and they made it into a shelter. And a lot of shelters are like that because I remember the shelter I well no the shelter I was in when I was a kid was is actually now a prison. Go figure. So
Yes.
a lot of so a lot of stuff, right? But the thing is, right, there was a man named Tatum, Mr. Tatum, aka Doctor, aka Tutor,
AKA
aka
janitor.
aka say that again.
He was a janitor.
Yeah, he was the janitor, he was the godfather, the tutor, the doctor, and everything else, right?
Yes.
And I say that because he really wasn't those things but the janitor. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? She has been missing a very long time, almost 10 years now. Now, when he was
No.
working there, he befriended a lot of the kids, but it was always little girls, right?
Yes. Yes. And the homeless shelter was the DC General Homeless Shelter.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was an
Exactly.
old hospital, actually, wasn't it?
Oh, that was explain for the tunnels.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
what? Okay, yes. I said, let me say hospital. I'm so tired, y'all. Don't mind me. But that
Honey,
would
I know
explain.
we're all tired.
But that would explain for the tunnels. Oh,
Hmm.
that's spooky. You
That
can
is.
imagine. At nighttime and
And
stuff.
Relisha had three brothers as well.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Mama.
Oh, no, I was just saying she had three brothers. I don't, what the story that we're hearing is that Caleb Tatum only took Relisha. He never took the other ones. He bought her tablets and
Right,
toys and things like that, but not
right,
the other children. So,
right. He will be only attracted to young girls.
girls, yes.
Even in the shelter, only
Hmm.
young girls, not boys. He wouldn't take the boys to go play basketball, go buy them a pair of kicks, tutor
Yep.
them, something, play volleyball, anything. It was always the little girls. And let's not also forget, wasn't he in prison?
Yes, he was in prison. He had a felony charge, but I don't know for sure. I think that charge was rape, but I would have to confirm that.
It was
But
burglary.
it was burglary. Okay, because I thought I read somewhere. So I'm glad you cleared that up. But I also know that Relisha's father was in prison. He was arrested for killing his 17-month-old child.
Right. Now that's her biological father.
That was her
He was in
biological, or
prison.
so the father that we know of
Right.
for
He
her.
was he was in prison, right.
Hmm.
But this man Tatum, he had befriended them because let's keep it 100. You see a young and Alicia's mother was pretty young, attractive, she has all these kids. So you have a young a older man because he's in his 50s preying on them, Hey, he probably told her all type of things. Oh, you look good, and this and that, or giving her money. I help you. I help you this way. I help you that way. Well, it got a little bit too far. Allegedly, my disclaimer is up. No. it got a little too far allegedly because the mother started having her 8 years old daughter stay the night at his house.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yes.
yeah, and saying that he had a what was it, a granddaughter, a grandson?
A granddaughter.
He had a granddaughter over there, which we found out something else, but we'll tell you about that later. And he would buy her swimsuits, tablets. He took her to a ice skating ring.
No, it was
Uh
Disney Ice, wasn't it? Wasn't it the movie
Disney
Disney Ice?
Disney Ice, which I still am shocked about that. Uh
Yes.
yeah, he did a lot of things, right? And of course that's what a predator do. He lures them in. He lures them in, you
Yes.
know. Um yes, not much difference than the shelter and the prison. Just saying. You right about that, Arctic Fox.
Yes. And so the
Um,
timeline I was going to get into about the grandmother. The grandmother um, took her to the doctor on February the 10th. She was having headaches and she was dealing with asthma. She was supposed to be on medication for asthma. The grandmother stated she kept her February the 10th to February the 26th. On February 26th, she was then turned over to Shamika, which is the mother's aunt, or no, her sister. So it would have been Relicia's aunt. And from there, the story doesn't make any sense because March 1st was the last day anybody saw her, and she was supposed to be in the care of Tatum. There's a video floating around. Do you have that?
yeah, I'm gonna show all that.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Well, she
So,
also started missing school.
yes. Uh huh.
She started
Yeah.
missing school, and they started wondering. And we're not talking about 1 day, 2 days, three
No.
days, 4 days. We're talking about weeks. Is it
Yes.
how many days it
Yeah.
was?
I know. I know it was like 30 before they actually
Ooh,
brought in. Yeah, and it was crazy because that he was writing notes saying he was a doctor, and he
right,
told city officials that she was undergoing a neurological treatment. Yeah.
exactly. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why I said AKA doctor, because
Yeah,
he
for
was
neurological disorder. Yes.
right. He was playing these little games and writing these little notes, and they would be like, "Well, can we have a meeting with him?" And then he would say, "Sure," but he'll never show up, of course.
Exactly. In
You know
fact,
what I
I think
mean?
that last day wasn't he was supposed to be at the shelter with paperwork, but they couldn't find him or the paperwork.
Right. That's right.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Mhm. So he never he and you know what? I think I'm now. That's why they called me. And you know what? Of course, he was never gonna show up. He was
No, I,
never
I
gonna show
agree.
up because he knew his behind was gonna be in trouble. Why are you with this little girl? Why are
Yeah,
you keeping her around?
exactly.
Now, there's a lot of questions I have. That's a lot of things I want to say, but I want to show y'all the news clip. I want to show y'all the news clip so that I know Arctic Fox. I'm pretty sure Arctic Fox did this story. Did probably covered this when it first started and stuff. But for those that's gonna watch the channel later, just let me just show y'all this news clip, and then I also want to show y'all a few other things we're gonna get into
I'm
also.
gonna go ahead and mute my
Okay,
mic so that I
okay,
don't get no interference.
okay, babe. Wait, let me see. Stream present. What am I doing here? Okay. There it is. Yeah, I think I'm going to show them this one. Yeah.
The mystery only seems to deepen.
Relisha Rudd was seen with Khalil Tatum.
Relisha Rudd has still not been found.
I just been thinking about my daughter, where she could possibly be at.
Where do you think Relisha is right now?
I honestly can't answer that.
Do you think Relisha's alive?
Yeah,
Why do you think that?
She loved to dance. She had a mouth on her. Her mouth was sassy, but not too sassy.
Your daughter, she drew lots of pictures, as you can see, but Relisha did this.
She says, I love my mom.
It's a lot
Right.
going on as far as missing Relisha. The Relisha, I love you.
So people are asking the question, who failed Relisha? Who do you think failed Relisha?
Hmm.
So what
Good
happened
question.
to Relisha Rudd? Good evening. I'm Jan Jeff Coates.
And I'm Derek McGinney. The 8-year-old girl was last seen March the 1st with Khalil Tatum, that janitor at the homeless shelter where she lived with her family.
Tatum was found dead in Kenilworth Park after taking his own life, and any information he had about Relisha. We uncovered Tatum's criminal past before he was hired at the DC General Homeless Shelter, and now tonight, you're going to hear from Relisha's family, including her mother, all who say they trusted Khalil Tatum.
Now today, the police chief admitted that little girl may never, ever be found.
Bruce LeShan spoke with Chief Kathy Lanier.
Yeah, Jen and Derek, frustrating, depressing, tragic. The chief says they will keep looking for Relisha, but the sad reality is that we missed by a wide mark those first 3 hours that are critical
Hmm.
when it comes to saving an abducted child.
Is it possible you may never find Relisha?
You know, I hate to say that. We're going to continue looking, but it is possible. It is possible.
Chief Kathy Lanier says tips continue to come in, about 5 a day. People who knew Relisha's suspected abductor, Khalil Tatum, people who know the area. But none so far have led to the 8-year-old who lived in a homeless shelter and was last seen alive more than 1 month ago.
What really hurt us was not even becoming aware of her being missing until almost 3 full weeks after the last time she was seen. Right. That's a killer.
Also frustrating, fake tips and hoax Facebook sites, like this one of someone claiming to be Khalil Tatum and claiming Relisha is really his daughter.
How angry are you that people would be creating jokes about this missing 8-year-old kid?
Well, I mean, fortunately, we realized right away that this is not real and that somebody is doing it as a hoax.
But the chief discounted public suspicions that the janitor at the shelter might have been involved in child porn or child sex trafficking.
That is not something that we believe that he was heavily involved in.
Chief Lanier not convinced Relisha was sold into sex trafficking, but tonight Andrea McCarran talks to other activists who fear that she might have been.
If they're vulnerable, then they're at risk.
Relisha Rudd may be just 8 years old, but that's not too young for the world of...
Maybe the chief said that because they know you fucked up. Y'all waited so long. So
Remember, she wasn't reported by her mom for 18 days.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
Yep.
another thing. Yep.
sex trafficking.
There's kids as young as 5, 6, 7.
The average age of entry into this dark and devastating underworld is 13.
A child who's a victim of sex trafficking and sexual exploitation cannot go to school, is most likely not able to speak unless they're asked to speak.
Exactly,
Without
Artifact.
getting permission. They're probably having sex with 5 to 10 men a night.
And it's happening here in the nation's capital, where wealth and power are next door neighbors to poverty and despair.
And a trip to McDonald's could mean the world to a child like Relisha.
Like many child trafficking victims, she says Relisha was vulnerable. Khalil Tatum, a skilled child predator.
He really seemed to know what he was doing and how to lure a child, buying gifts, making friends, even the trick of using another child to make Relisha feel safe and comfortable. Very common tactic.
We got to keep looking because that child still could be alive out there.
The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children is assisting in the ongoing search for the little girl with a sweet smile and a lifetime ahead of her.
There's been such intense pressure to find this child. You would think now, even if someone had this child, that they would be willing to return her.
He says child sex trafficking is a larger problem than many imagine because it's no longer in the open. It's moved from the street corner, in many cases, to the internet.
The possibility of child sex trafficking is a possibility, but but I think it's just one of the many possibilities that could be out there.
Considering the grisly alternatives, it may be the best option.
I hope that sex trafficking is what's going on, because that would mean that she has value to someone and they maybe wouldn't kill her.
Unfortunately, the man who could unlock this mystery took his secrets to the grave. In Washington, D.C. alone, the trafficking of children is a $100 million industry. Nationwide, 300,000 children are forced into prostitution and pornography every year. Andrea McCarran, WUSA 9.
We've got new information on how police handled Relicia's Amber Alert.
Investigative reporter Russ Potasic with the new document explaining just who the police told in those critical first hours.
We received a new timeline about 5 tonight from DC's Deputy Mayor for Safety and Justice. It chronicles hour by hour, day by day, police broadcasting information to other states about DC's Amber Alert for Relisha Rudd. But nowhere does it support the police department's original claim that Amber Alerts were issued anywhere but within district lines.
Come on, Relisha, flex it.
A stark contrast to a somber news conference March 27th, when for the first time the police chief acknowledged the Amber Alert she had claimed was issued from Pennsylvania to Delaware down to Florida was actually just an exchange of information about the Amber Alert activated only in D.C.
I only have the authority to issue in my own jurisdiction, but as soon as that Amber Alert is issued in the jurisdiction, we make a request through emergency management that Amber Alert that we issue here in D.C. be pushed out through MNET, which is an emergency management network, across the country.
Just 3 days earlier, the chief denied our findings that outside D.C., there were no Relisha Amber Alerts.
That's not true. I actually looked into that when I got that allegation. The Amber Alert was issued as far north as Pennsylvania and Delaware and as far south as Florida.
If that had only been true, TV stations across the East Coast would have been broadcasting Relisha's disappearance. But our investigation found the Amber Alert was only activated in the District of Columbia. And last month, except for D.C., Maryland, and Virginia, where stories had aired, when we checked our Gannett sister stations and CBS affiliates from Delaware and Pennsylvania to Florida, none had done a single story on Relisha Rudd, as they would had an Amber Alert actually been issued in their states. But that all changed March 27th. At our request, stations WUSA 9 contacted in every state agreed to run a story on Relisha Rudd. But that was 7 days after that DC-only Amber Alert was issued. The timeline issued tonight doesn't show police even notifying other states about Relisha until 2 days after the DC Amber Alert was sounded. It was several days later, police released a key clue, surveillance video of Tatum taking Relisha Rudd into a DC motel room.
So even though she reported her so long, they still didn't do their damn job. Jesus.
The video is date marked February 26th, shopping bags in the hands of 8-year-old Relisha Rudd as she walks down the motel room hallway with the now dead suspect, Khalil Tatum. Family members say on that day, Tatum took her shopping, saying she needed a swimsuit for what he told them would be a swim party at this Holiday Inn Express on Bladensburg Road Northeast. A clerk says the motel does have an indoor pool. On that day, shortly before this surveillance video shows Khalil Tatum leading Relisha Rudd by the hand into that DC motel room, family members say he dropped by her aunt's home with Relisha. And when he found out she didn't have a swimsuit, he said he'd buy her one before going to that motel.
And as we mentioned, that was February 26th, just days before family members would lose track of who was taking care of Relisha.
And when her grandmother claims Tatum may have taken her to Atlanta. When was the last time you saw her?
Physically, the last time I saw her was when that video that was put on Instagram.
Okay.
That was filmed in here.
That was March 1st. Melissa Young says she called Tatum on March 12th to see if he could fix Relisha's tablet he bought for her.
I say, Mr. Tatum, have you talked to Relisha or do you have Relisha? His answer to me was no, he don't have her. So then he said, do you know where I am? And I'm like, yeah, you should be home getting ready to go out of town on your trip. This is when he was going to Atlanta, Georgia. So he was like, yeah, you're right, but I'm already in Atlanta, Georgia. He said, we're already in Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm like, who? You, your wife, your daughter, and your granddaughter? That's when he says to me, no, me, my wife, Relisha, my granddaughter, and my daughter.
What were they doing there?
He went on some type of, he told me it was a retreat. I don't know. But he told Mika it was a medical thing or something.
Young says before she hung up, she told Tatum to bring Relisha home by Sunday the 16th for a birthday party and then immediately called her daughter Shamika.
I say, Shamika, did you know your daughter was out of town with Mr. Tatum and his family? She says, when he asked me, can she go? I told him, no, don't take her. How do you know? I said, because I just called him.
Tatum never showed up that Sunday with Relisha, but Young claims Tatum called her the very next morning.
Before he fled, he was like, I took Relisha to school, and I'm looking at the calendar. I know what day it is, and I know school is closed.
Great interview, Jan. And we are really trying so hard to understand and imagine how anyone would let you just take your child, take your child away.
It's so crazy.
Exactly.
As a mom to a little girl myself, it is just heartbreaking. So you might ask yourself, how long did the family and Relisha know Tatum, and why did they let him take her so many times? I'm a mom of a daughter. You have a daughter. You have a granddaughter.
I have 4 daughters.
So I know. So is it weird for you for like this man to be taking your granddaughter? I don't know if I.
So wait a minute. She said when she asked her daughter that, Karen, the daughter said, no, I told him not to take her.
Yep, that's what she said.
So how the hell did he get her then?
Because she turned him over, but they wanted her back, is what I'm understanding. And if you heard that, she was supposed to be home by the 16th.
Mm-hmm.
And none of this makes sense.
I don't get it. Why so trusting, Kathy B said. I agree, Kathy B.
I know.
Katie said, shaking my head. Dude looks like
Especially because it's obvious he was grooming her by buying her tablets and everything. He was grooming her.
Yeah, that's what they do. Arctic Fox said, dude looked like a straight up pimp. No chance in hell that I'd trust him with my kid. I know that's right. Systems are constantly failing. That's true, Katie.
And you have no clue, but the story continues. There's more to it.
Yep, there's
Have you
more.
got that? Have you got a video on that?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I'm doing it. Yeah, we're gonna do a part 2 of this too, but I'm gonna
Okay.
finish playing it. Yeah.
Okay.
Did it make you feel uncomfortable that a
Because I
man
know
took your
I want to
daughter?
show some other
It
content
did,
creators
but then I looked at it
videos
because, like me
like
myself,
Missing
Okay.
in
I do the
Black.
same thing.
Yeah,
I
She's
keep
that
it
makes
good.
sense.
with me as well.
Yeah,
I
we'll
have
do a
people
part
just
2 of this.
sometimes.
Relisha Rudd and
But
Khalil
yeah, we're
Tatum's
gonna get as
relationship
much as we
began in the
can
DC
today.
General Homeless Shelter
Sis,
cafeteria. Relisha's mother and grandmother say the 8-year-old
can y'all
and her
hear that?
siblings used to wake up and head to cafeteria for breakfast.
If the parents is not with the kids when they go into the cafeteria, they're not going to feed them because a lot of times for breakfast the food is hot. So I understand that rule. But when Mr. Tatum saw that the kids wasn't getting breakfast, he took it upon himself to start feeding Shamika's 4 kids.
Melissa Young began to notice Tatum, the shelter janitor, hanging around Relisha. She asked her daughter Shamika who he was.
My daughter says, Mom, that's Mr. Tatum. I say, but it's not going to look right for your daughter to go. She say, Mom, she going to play with the granddaughter. It's fine. Every time my granddaughter comes back, she tell me, I had fun with Mr. Tatum's granddaughter. I want to go back.
Melissa Young adds that all the attention Tatum was paying to Shamika's children was something the family had grown used to.
People just love Shamika kids. So it wasn't strange for us to see that somebody was doing something, in their time of need.
And the more Tatum did, the more the family trusted him.
I've been around this man. Like if he is getting off from work and he's coming down, going on his way home, and he see me walking, he will pick me up and give me a ride. So I have been in this man's car by myself.
See, that's what I was talking
didn't
about.
get no uncomfortable feeling.
That's why she says they allowed Tatum to take Relisha, but she adds it was never supposed to be permanent.
Shamika never made no type of deals with him for her daughter. She never exchanged her daughter for nothing. She never sold her daughter to him.
And coming your way after the break, Jan's haunting conversation with Shamika Young, Relisha's mother. In the meantime, Relisha's story has moved us all, but we have to remember she's not the only victim The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children says tens of thousands of kids have been taken by non-family members, including 8 who are 8 years old right now. Here are 3 of their photos, and we're going to show you more of them later on in our broadcast.
Get it, Alicia. Get it, little mama.
We know her mostly from a grainy video her parents posted to Facebook.
I get it. I go.
And from the haunting stills snapped by volunteers at the Homeless Children's Playtime Project.
That the Lord has made.
I just hope and pray every day that she come back home safe to her family.
Help us find our missing.
We know Relisha hated living in the shelter, and we know the city worried about her well-being at home for years. Workers at Relisha's old school say she sometimes turned up in filthy clothes, dirty hair, and an empty stomach.
She had a mouth on her, but not too of a mouth.
Her mother speaks of her in the past tense.
And her smiles, her giggles, her laughter.
That was beautiful. And now we're going to talk about the person who most folks say should have.
That comment kind of bothers me every time I hear it. She had a mouth on her, sassy, but not that much.
Yeah, it bothers me as well.
She's 8 years old. She's a kid. You know what I mean? Was she too much for you to handle? So it sounds like, allegedly. Yeah. It bothered you too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it bothers.
Good evening, Julie. Thank you for joining, Mamita. Right. Let me see what else.
Have been protecting Relisha the most. Her mom, Shamika Young, has not agreed to do a lot of media interviews.
In fact, she showed up to her sister's house where I was
news
doing
is
an
kind of
interview with
low.
her mom, Melissa, late
I
Monday
agree.
night.
She's just
We
a
didn't even know she was
child,
coming.
right?
You can see in this video, it was crowded inside the small apartment with 4 children, 3 running around in diapers. And it was apparent. It was an emotional reunion for Shamika, her mom and sister, who had not seen each other in a while. I want to make it clear there are many questions Shamika would not answer on camera. She knows she's under a cloud of suspicion. The U.S. attorney is investigating whether she misled police. Now, off camera, she told us she did not sell her daughter. And when it comes to why in the world she would let a man repeatedly take her daughter for days at a time, she told me she wouldn't answer any questions about Khalil Tatum.
People are asking the question, who failed Relisha? Who do you think failed Relisha?
Honestly, I think it's more that the government could have did. I think the school failed it too.
Why is that?
Because if they would have came out with a name from the start, something could have been done from the start.
If they would have what? I'm sorry?
Came out with the name of a doctor, something could have been started. Instead of them approaching my significant other as, tell Miss Young her doctor's called and she's clear. He could have approached it another way, but he didn't.
Relisha's mother, Shamika Young, blames everyone but herself and Khalil Tatum, the man police say abducted her little girl, Relisha.
Did she ever stay with Mr. Tatum at his house?
Not that I know of.
Do you blame him at all in this?
I choose not to answer those questions.
Are you angry with Mr. Tatum?
I'm probably angry with everybody, the world, the media, everybody.
Why are you angry with the media?
They just switches my words up. They don't let me be heard. They don't let my voice be heard out there.
What do you want to say?
Honestly, I don't know what I want to say because I have so many mixed thoughts in my head. So I don't know what I want to say at this time.
It's not just the media, but social media that's questioned Young about why she allegedly lied to investigators, potentially delaying the search for her daughter. She denies she lied and tried to explain to me why she hasn't been at any of her daughter's vigils.
I did want to support the walk and pray thing for my daughter, not once but twice, but I couldn't due to all the threats.
What kind of
She hasn't been to any of the visuals or anything for her daughter? I didn't know that. Wow. Did you know that, Karen?
Yes, I did know that. Keith told us that in all the interviews that she had never been to any individuals or anything.
Wow. Whew. That
Not
mom.
only that, she's saying that the school failed her, but she did too, because if her child wasn't with her, then she had to know who her child was with. Who did you give your child to? You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, the school should have done more, but also it was the mother's responsibility.
Hmm. Exactly. She's blaming everybody else, like they said, instead of looking at herself and Mr. Tatum.
Yep, I agree.
Hey, Stay Dangerous. That mama is a poor excuse for a woman and a motherfucking mother. Ain't that a bitch? I
But
know
the
that's
sad reality is this was her life as well. Her mother done the same thing. So it's the only life she knew.
right.
So it's a vicious cycle.
Right. Right. Yeah. Right. Let's see. Which is true.
Threats are you getting?
I gotta keep doing up and down for this damn volume. Cause when it's on this side. Hold on, y'all. All right, there we go.
I was getting all types of threats. People saying they was gonna kill me, shoot me, and what they gonna do to me, and what they not gonna do to me.
Are you in hiding now?
No, not hiding. I don't have nothing to hide from.
Well, from people who say they want to kill you?
I ain't even gotta hide from them. So I walk these streets alone.
While Shamika couldn't remember the actual date she last saw Relisha, she remembers where it was.
Over here at my sister's house, I did her hair. I bought her some shoes, some Jordan flights, some 2013 Jordan flights.
And she revealed to me for the first time that her daughter often spent time away from the shelter with other family members, where she said Tatum would pick up Relisha.
She didn't go missing from the shelter. It is a rule in the shelter that kids are not allowed to enter nor exit the facility without their parents. And I feel as though I should put that out.
Do you think Relisha's alive?
Yeah,
Why do you think that?
I always have strong hopes. You can't never let your hopes down. And God don't play with babies and food.
If she is alive, where do you think she could be?
I don't know.
And I want to add as well that she told me, as well as her mom and sister, that police told them they should get a lawyer very soon.
Well, as we mentioned to you earlier tonight, sadly, the Relisha Rudd story is far from unique. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children says tens of thousands of kids have been taken by non-family members. Here are a few more of their photos.
Jeez. Okay. So now that y'all know a little bit about that, right? Hold on, y'all. Now I'm gonna leave it. Trying to see something. No, I can remove it. Now that y'all know a little bit about the backstory of it, I'm gonna let Karen tell y'all what happened to Mr. Tatum. Go ahead, Karen.
What do you mean, what happened? So,
Yeah, we
oh,
just gave them the backstory of it, so now we got to tell them from where's Mr. Tatum at now.
okay. And his wife.
Right, you could do that.
But
Yeah, go ahead, boo
okay,
boo.
they
Take it over.
found his. Okay, they found his wife dead in a hotel room that he had been. Him and her both had went through to that night, and then they found him dead in a shed at a park. And he had been at that park for hours. Apparently, they thought burying the little girl because they found lime, a shovel, and trash bags. Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, and that's crazy because it's like, wait a minute.
But they actually found her at the Red Roof Inn on Oxon Hill Road, and that's when they went and obtained a arrest warrant for him. They ended up finding him. He was still alive at the time at the shed at the park, and then I guess committed suicide in front of the police officers. But he had 2 bullet wounds, one through his chin and the other through the forehead. No, the temple.
Right.
Yeah, it was the
Now,
temple.
wait, did he do it in front of the police officers?
Yes, yes.
Because people are saying that, oh, somebody else killed him.
Well, that from what I'm gathering from, if you go back and look at the reports, it's showing that the police, it was like a standoff, and
Oh,
he
so
was in the
he didn't
shed.
do it. Oh, so he did it in front of the front of that.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so nobody else killed his behind. He
Nope.
killed himself. Thank you for clearing that up for me,
You're
Mama.
welcome.
Yeah, so he didn't killed himself, killed his wife, took his wife out allegedly, and then took himself out without telling where that little girl is at. See, that's the problem because no one knows where she is until this day. It's been 10 years now.
Yes, and they've searched the river there, they've searched that park, they've searched many places. But if you recall, he did have her in Atlanta, and I believe there's a link there. There something might have happened there, in my opinion.
Yeah, because why would the grandmother on say he might be in Atlanta, right?
Right. Well, I mean, because he had planned a trip there and the grandmother knew about it. And remember what she said, he was supposed to have her back and he didn't bring her back. I wrote that down in that video. I don't even know where I put it, but um, let's see. Yeah, she was supposed to be back on the 16th, but she never showed up. And he said that he took her to school the next day, which would have been the 17th, but the 17th was a weekend. So she knew that that wasn't the
That,
case.
that was a lie.
Yes.
She said that in the video. That when I looked at the
Calendar.
calendar, I knew that school was closed.
Yes.
So damn. Kathy B said 2 bullet holes. Right. That's what
There was one through the chin and one that we thought originally that it was an entrance and an exit wound, but it didn't. It was an entrance wound through his chin and one through the temple. So, and it was a gun that held 6 bullets. I do know that.
But I think she's questioning that too, like I was
Yeah.
and that a few other people, because how could he shoot himself
That was my
twice?
question as well.
Right.
But then you have to look, he bought lime, he bought trash bags, and he bought a shovel. Was it to bury his wife and he got caught beforehand? But it doesn't make sense because they didn't obtain a search warrant or an arrest warrant until after they found his wife dead.
Yeah, that is strange, Kathy B. Because one pow, you dead, you how did you want to make another one? Unless the
Yeah,
police
what's
is
the
doing
chance
something.
that you're able to shoot yourself twice after shooting
That's what
yourself through the through the
yeah,
chin?
that's what we trying to say. Like, unless the police is covering some shit up, they probably killed that man. But
I believe that as well.
right, you know what I'm saying? And saying, oh, he
Hmm.
didn't shot himself. Either way, where's the girl?
Exactly. And
Fuck
I'm
you, Billy
wondering if
Day.
he killed his wife because his wife was on to what was going on,
That's what
or
I'm thinking.
why did he kill his wife? This, people are saying, well, he didn't do it because she was seen on Instagram with somebody else, but da da da. But why would he get a shovel? Why would he get trash bags?
Right,
There's no video showing her coming out of that hotel room.
right. And see, let me play that video too. Oh, they played it, right? Yeah. They showed the video and all that. And you see them going in, and that's remind me of Alana Lanier. right? We see her going in the hotel, but there's no video of her coming out.
But we know he came out because it was after that, right? When the grandmother said that they were in Atlanta. So I think the whole timeline of her missing is completely off. Was this before she went to the doctor? Because if you recall, she went to the doctor on the, let me see. I wrote this down so I wouldn't lose all this because it's so much information.
Yeah.
She went to the doctor. I think it was the, let's see.
My disclaimer up. Somebody took him out. I don't see how you can shoot yourself twice.
Exactly. So she
That's what
went to
I'm
the doctor.
saying.
She went to the doctor on February 10th and stayed with the grandmother. We know from the 10th through the 25th, 26th, she was with the grandmother. And the 26th to the 1st, she was with the aunt. After that is when we don't know. But remember, uh, DHS knew about this family, back in 2007.
Right.
So they
Long time.
totally, yes, they totally dropped the ball when it came to this child.
Yeah, they knew about her a long time ago. How this
2007. And they said it was for lack of food, insufficient shelter, medical neglect, inadequate supervision, and one report of hitting her child, which was one of her sons.
and all that, and they have not kept up with this child now that she's missing, and they still fucked up with the Amber Alert.
Not only that, we really don't know when she became missing, and that's what's so
Right.
sad is how do you get it out there? The first 24 hours, 48 hours is very important. Even in
It's
an Amber Alert. And if you are not aware, because the mother didn't know where she was, if you're not aware, that tells me you knew something. Somebody knew something. In my
I think
opinion,
he was dead already though when the cops got to that park, Mama.
who the little girl?
No, Tatum. I think so.
When they got to what apartment?
No, when the cops got to that park.
Oh no,
Sure.
no. Go ask Shakoya and them. They
I
have
ain't
got
gotta ask
proof
them.
that he was still alive.
I ain't gotta ask them. I could look it up though and stuff.
Yeah,
Look
yeah,
it up
please
again.
do. Because
Yeah.
they said it was a standoff. He was in that shed when he shot himself twice. I don't know. I'm just telling you. Because
Yeah,
people
yeah,
are
yeah.
questioning whether the police shot him or if he actually shot himself.
Right. Cause I'm thinking, damn, I don't know how you do that shit. Or maybe the police pop out his behind.
Yep,
They're
because they
trying to
knew
say,
he.
oh,
I mean, they
which
were
I wouldn't
looking
give a
for.
damn if they did.
They were looking for him for the murder of his wife originally. So I'm
Hmm.
sure that if something happened, that's what happened.
Yeah. This case is really sad. It's a lot of all cases are really sad. But the fact that he had a chance to say where she's at. You know what I'm saying? Like you could have freed this little girl. You wanted to be a coward and put yourself in a standoff position with the damn police. The fact that her mother didn't report her missing for all that time. I want to look into if this man have molested or touched any other children in that shelter or in his family. Because I'm pretty sure, I don't know where she go. I'm pretty sure that this wasn't his first victim. He was too good at this. He was too good at this. Let me put the thing up, Emma, so you can come back up. Hold on. There you go. Just hit the link, babe, so you could come back up. He was too good at this, y'all. And I get and I know that, parents go through shit, family go through shit, Um, I heard that the mother was into narcotics. There you go. I believe that the mother was into
Sorry.
it's okay. I believe that I heard the mother was into narcotics and stuff like that at the time. So she was living a hard knock life, like Jay-Z would say. Um, but you still had a choice. Just like we have a choice when we pick up that drug, or we have a choice when we're doing something. You had a choice. She could have gave her kids to a family that's going to be able to care for the little girl.
And unfortunately, I think she also had a mental condition, is what I've heard. And if she wasn't being treated for the mental addiction or condition, it could have helped manifest her addiction,
The system failed her. She failed her too.
Yes, she did.
Julie says, I hope that mother doesn't have any other children. She does though.
She has
Should
3
be.
boys.
Yep, she got 3 boys. She should be ashamed of not protecting her child like we are supposed to as a mother.
Exactly.
Yeah. I know that, yeah, and like Karen said, she had a mental disorder and stuff, and mental disorder plays a big part too. So she could have been depressed and stuff like that. But once again, that's when the family's supposed to come in.
Exactly.
We had a lot
And
of
we don't
family.
know. We don't know if this guy was giving her money for drugs. We don't know
Mm-hmm.
what was going on that was making her turn this child over to him.
Right.
Was it the fact that he was feeding the kids and buying them things, or was he actually contributing to her drug problem?
Right. Right. Because when you addicted to drugs, honey, y'all know I'm in recovery, so ain't y'all know I ain't got no shame telling y'all how it is. When you addicted to that fucking drug, honey, well, bets is off. But I ain't never saw my kids or nothing like that. But I wasn't there for my kids either. You know what I'm saying? But I made sure that my kids were going to be safe.
And that's all that matters. As a parent, our job is to look after our children. And sometimes if we're not able, whether it be a mental illness, addiction, or just a health problem, our job is to pass them to somebody who can.
Right.
In the event we can't.
Right. Yup. Are the boys okay? You think she just didn't want a girl and let everything happen to her? Ooh.
Don't know. We don't even know if the boys are okay. We haven't heard anything about them. I'm sure you're going to do another show eventually after we get more information.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so maybe we'll have an update by then.
She was on the Steve Wilkos show.
Yes. Are you going to show that?
I'm going to play a little bit of that, yes. Right
okay. All right, I'm going to mute.
Okay. I don't know if they're going to just strike my channel for that, but we're going to try. Let me see something. Oh, Crime Watch Daily also was a good one. Do a Steve
Packed frozen. Thawed by lunch. Go-Gurt. Real good, real easy, real smooth.
suspect after they found his wife deceased in a hotel. An anonymous tip, it led the police to the park. They found Khalil's body. The authorities are saying that he died from apparent suicide. They are saying that Khalil plays a role in this by kidnapping my daughter. When I saw the footage of Khalil and my daughter walking down a hotel hallway, that made my mouth drop.
I was informed that my stepdaughter was missing on the 19th. That's the day I found out, is when the world found out.
Antonio, you know I didn't have anything to do with my daughter's disappearance. Why would you come out your mouth like that?
You don't act like a mother is grieving. They got an 8-year-old child missing. I never seen you cry.
You've seen me cry.
I never seen you
cry.
What do you believe happened to your daughter?
When I called a family member up, she didn't make it to the destination where she was supposed to go at. She was supposed to be going to the emergency room.
Who was taking her there?
My mother.
How did you not know that she had been missing for 18 days?
I didn't have any contact.
Why not?
I didn't have a phone.
This janitor that you see in the video, what was your relationship with him? Khalil.
I didn't have a relationship with him. He had a relationship with a family member of mine.
Do you believe that your daughter had something to do with your granddaughter's disappearance? You do.
I believe.
Your daughter's adamant that you gave
I know.
your granddaughter
Tell her to
to...
take a lie detector test. I took it. Well, that's
Antonio,
why I'm here.
you came here and took a lie detector test, and
That's
we
why
asked
I'm
you,
here.
did you participate in any way in the disappearance of Relisha? You answered no. Have you ever had any sexual physical contact with Relisha? You answered no. Did you ever strike any of your children, leaving marks or bruises? You answered no. The results came back the same to each and every question, and they came back that Antonio told the truth. Melissa, you took a lie detector test, and we asked you, did you participate in any way in the disappearance of your granddaughter? You answered no. Did you give your granddaughter to Khalil Tatum around the time of her disappearance? You answered no, and the results came back that you, Melissa, told the truth.
Your turn. Your turn.
You don't have to take a test, but you're not eliminating yourself as a suspect in the disappearance of your daughter.
Let me tell you something.
You, I believe, has something to do with her disappearance. After the show aired, thousands of people took to social media condemning Shamika for not taking a lie detector test. It's been 3 years since her appearance on my show, and now she is joining us virtually. When you watch the clips of being on the show, what do you feel about it?
I don't feel no type of way about it because I'm a strong individual.
What's your reaction to the people that wrote the comments about you?
I don't have to let the whole world know what I am doing for my daughter. If they want to know if I'm currently active on my daughter's case, yes, I am. I talked to the new detective that's on there, but I don't have to let the world know that.
We asked you to take a lie detector test. You refused 3 years ago to take it. If you were here now when we offered it to you, would you take it?
No, I wouldn't take it because why would I put my trust into something, into a machine, Steve? That machine is not going to help me find my daughter. All that, go take a lie detector test to clear your name out for what?
There is a doubt about you and what you know. And I think that if you did take a lie detector test, at least that part would be eliminated if you passed a lie detector test.
Okay, I understand what you're saying.
Is there any new leads in your daughter's case?
There's been a couple of leads that turned out to be bogus leads.
Do you believe Antonio was involved with the disappearance of your daughter?
Yes, I do.
And why do you say that?
It's the way he come off at me. Like, instead of you worrying about the things you need to be worried about, you too busy worried about me, what I'm doing.
Have you had any communication with Antonio since you were on the show?
I have not had any communications with him at all.
Your ex, Antonio, is here, VCC. Let's bring him out.
I don't get it with you because
you're
so mad at me.
Say to me.
You're so mad at me because I keep Relisha's name out there. I keep her relevant.
Who are you to tell anybody to stop talking about my daughter, Antonio?
At the end of the day, I'm going to always be there for Relisha. I was more of a parent to her than you was. You have not been talking to the detectives. I know, because I've been in contact with her.
You don't know.
And
You
trust
don't
and
know.
believe me, They got new leads and they are coming closer to your ass.
I know that.
Why is it so important to you that you don't want me out here keeping a relationship story
That's
out
what
here?
I was
Because at the end
wondering,
of the day,
Katie.
you're not doing it.
You still are actively looking for Relisha?
All day, every day, Steve. I'm never going to stop despite what she said.
You never was a father. I'm sorry to say that, but I hate your ass with my stinking ass.
Now, this is the young man who is her stepfather?
No, that's her father.
Oh, that's her biological father.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought that was the stepfather that did the jail time or whatever.
No, that was what was his name? Irvin Sheridan or Irvin or something.
Oh, okay. That's his father. So he like, I'm
I'll
gonna
double
always
check
look.
that.
He said, I'm gonna always look for my daughter. I know that's right.
Do you believe that Relisha is still alive?
I got mixed feelings now.
You took a lie detector test. Shamika's mother took a lie detector test. I asked Shamika if she would take another lie detector test. She still refuses to.
I don't understand why she won't take it. Me personally, I think she's scared to take it because it's going to prove that she know more than what she's saying.
And because of this incident with Relisha, you have 2 children with Shamika, right? And they were taken away. What's the status with those 2 children now?
Unfortunately, they still in foster care, but just take it one day at a time. I think that's my punishment for just not being the protector that Relisha thought I was for her. So that's like my biggest regret, Steve. Just not, protecting her. My theory is Shamika handed over Relisha in the wrong place at the wrong time, and that she got herself into a situation that she didn't know how to get out of.
Yeah.
And result, Relisha paid the price for it.
I think the big red flag in this story is that there was an 18-day period where Shamika had no idea where her daughter was, made no effort to have any contact with her daughter.
I believe because she was hiding something.
Now, Shamika has left our conference call. Why do you think she's upset that you're looking for her daughter still?
Because I don't believe her.
Have you heard of any major developments in the case?
But that just told that they got new leads and they was getting close to bringing Shamika in for question.
I do think there's some very suspicious behavior on Shamika's part again. And then the guy who ends up killing himself.
When I found out the day that Relisha was missing, Khalil, he was still at the shelter. Long story short, I said, Khalil, they saying you got Relisha, the police officer is looking for you, you need to go up there and talk to him. He turned around and said, Mr. Antonio, I'm not trying to keep your daughter. I'm going to bring her back. Those are the last words Khalil told to me.
Oh boy, here we go with this flag.
I'm wrong on that name. That Ricky Shelton Lyles was actually Tatum's brother-in-law.
They flagged us. They flagged me, girl.
Did they?
Yeah.
For what?
I don't know. They keep doing that to my videos.
Oh, goodness. So I don't know. I just...
Hold on. Hold that thought for a minute.
Okay. According to my paperwork, Irving Rudd was Relisha's father. So I don't know who this Antonio is.
Hold on, because they flagged my video. Maybe because of the Steve Welcome show.
That's what I'm thinking too.
But I have my disclaimer up.
I don't understand it.
Just like the other shit with what's her name? And I have my disclaimer up.
You know what doesn't make sense to this case is that guy's name was Antonio. That's supposed to be her father. Yet I'm seeing that Irving Rudd was her father. He was the one that killed his 17-month-old baby. So we need more information on this.
Yeah, give me a minute because they can't see us. They're not in the chat
Why?
because they flagged my video.
So what does that mean?
That means that we are no longer on live. It's just me and you in here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do we need to come out of here?
No, hold on. Let me go to my Gmail and see what the hell they said, because they'll always email me.
Now, baby, what you doing? Lady. I'm gonna go smoke while you're doing this. Oh, my back is hurting so bad. When's Candy's birthday? What? When's Candy's birthday? It's in June. She's already waiting on it. She's ahead of that. Yes, she is.
Show.
Okay.
I told her that was the same time. All right, I think we're good.
What do you think it is?
But that way I'll let you go and I'll talk to you more. This is, but you know what's crazy, y'all? Are y'all back on here with me, y'all? Are y'all good? Uh, Katie, say something so I know you back on here with me. Okay, yeah. You know what's crazy? I don't think that it is. Somebody's reporting my shit, I think, because um oh, y'all never left? Oh. Because there was comments in the beginning, like Dave made a comment for me, supporting me. You knew made a comment saying hi, and then when I came in, the comments disappeared. Very weird. Um, just jump back on, babe. Okay, there you go.
It keeps kicking me off.
That's enough. See what I'm saying? And they kicked my comments off too. Did y'all
Really?
hear that? Yeah, because Dave made a comment earlier supporting me, and the girl named You Knew, who barely comes in here anymore because of a situation with something else, not with me though, but she was saying, "Hey, Brooklyn Squad." And when I came in here, the comments were gone.
Oh, wow. And it keeps throwing me out.
So whoever's hating and doing this with my videos, hello motherfuckers. Let's continue. So
Okay.
basically, yeah, they found him dead in the damn park with the gun, with a pow pow, and she basically don't want to take the damn. So let's go back to the Steve. She don't want to take the lie detector test. She don't want to take the lie detector test. What do you feel about that, Karen?
I mean, think about it this way. I wouldn't take one either because they're not admissible in court, and because if you're nervous, there's always a chance that um, you could fail it. You know, it just is, it's very a touchy thing. However, I would be out there every damn day advocating for my child.
Right.
There's
And
other
that's
ways that you can prove your innocence. She should have went to that man when her daughter was missing before he ever committed suicide. I would have held him at gunpoint or whatever I had to do. He was going to tell me where my child was.
that's right. For real, for real. Not
So
taking the lie detector test is not, it just it proves that you know something. What it is, I don't know. Not showing up at the visuals is not a good, it's not a good look.
that, yeah, that alone. But I do know people who, I mean, think about it. The Innocence Project is a project that helps people who are innocent that gets wrongly convicted and put in prison. And a lot of those guys didn't take lie detector tests. If you go back and do the research, they didn't take it only because that, you know, they're not admissible in court and it can be held against you. So a lot of people don't take lie detector tests. I don't find that odd. I wouldn't take one, but I'd be out advocating every day. I'd be at the police
Yeah.
department every day. There's other ways to do it. So I don't find that odd because even if you go to court, that cannot be used against you because it's inadmissible.
Katie said even if you're nervous or anxious, it can immediately fail too.
Yes, it can.
So that's true, yeah.
And if you have anxiety disorder or anything in that nature, you can fail the test even if you're innocent. And then what happens? If you are completely innocent,
That's
you
true.
just set yourself up to fail.
That's
No,
true.
I agree. I don't see everybody taking that test.
That's true. That's so, no, you're right about that. I'm gonna eat my words back on that one.
However, she should have been at her daughter's vigils. She should have been out pounding the streets every day trying to find her daughter.
Yeah, I do agree. I think that for me, I would have been doing everything I can to find my
Yep.
little girl.
I heard that. I heard that Atlanta, Georgia is a hub. It's a hub for, you can take a flight in Atlanta, Georgia, and it'll take you anywhere. Atlanta, Georgia is a place, if you're going to do sex trafficking, it's a good place to go. And that's through all the, you know, I've been working on that other case and I have found out a lot of stuff there. Just in North Carolina, I found 2 sex trafficking rings. So we know that it exists. Did he do that? Possibly. I mean, maybe he didn't bury her, but why buy a shovel? Why buy lye? And why buy trash bags? Was
That's
it
the
to,
thing right there.
yeah, unless it
That's
was
the thing.
he had planned on burying his wife. I mean, you know, there's 2 sides to that because we really don't know.
Did he pop out his wife? I think they said it was the same gun, right?
Yeah, but if you recall, there was also
Another fingerprint.
another fingerprint in the car, in the vehicle. It was a truck or something, a moving truck or something, and that was where the Sheridan Lyles came from, senior. He was the brother-in-law of the wife. So I have no clue. And he had what, rape charges or something?
Who?
That Lyles guy, Ricky Sheridan
Yes, I heard
Lyles.
something like that.
Yes. So did he do it? You know, was this a setup?
And did
You
he
know,
take the girl?
right. Did he take the girl? He killed the wife and him and take the girl? But it doesn't make sense because the police were supposedly there at the park when he committed suicide. I don't know.
Right. That's some weird shit right there. That's the shit right there. It's weird. You know what I mean?
Yes. That's the one that we can't find all the information
That's
to
weird.
confirm everything. So that makes this case even more suspicious because we can't confirm everything.
Yeah, this poor baby, man. She's got to be. How old would she be
I think
now?
she's 17 now.
Damn. 17 years old. All this time went by.
Yes.
All this time went by.
I wanted to let you know that my channel will be up and running next Monday, not tomorrow, the following
Okay,
Monday.
now. Yes. Can you
So
let us know the name of the channel?
it's going to be Relentless for Answers. You'll find it on Once Upon a Crime Time. Tommy Jude, he has. I'll have my own show there, and I'll give you all the information for the email, and you can follow me on X or Twitter, whatever. And then
Yeah,
I
put
have my
all
own
that
group.
stuff down so they can follow you and everything. Yes, girl.
Yes. Okay. And then my
Yes.
group, I have a group. Um,
Mhm.
so,
Yes.
and it's Relentless for Justice right now, but it will be Relentless for Answers as soon as I can change it.
Yes. We want to put all that information down. Are you on TikTok?
I have TikTok, but I do not have it set up for my channel yet. I'm
Okay.
going to go back and do that. I've just been so busy trying to get, because the computer, I had to get another computer and get everything loaded back in it, and I lost a lot of stuff. So,
Okay.
so I'm working on that now, honey.
All right, Mama. Awesome.
And guys, she's going to be doing some stuff with me as well on my channel.
Mhm. That's right. You could tell him about it. Go ahead.
Well, we're going to be working on some cases. One of the cases, Johnny Gosh, it's the little boy who was delivering newspapers and came up missing. There's some new information that has come out that we're going to cover on that case. There's several. I have another case that I'm working on. It's a little boy named Jonathan Lewis Jr., who was a victim of bullying, and he was beat to death by 15 to 20 guys. Only 8 of them's in custody, but they were all minors. And so we're having a stand up for justice, Jonathan Lewis stand on Valentine's Day. So that is why you see the thing on my page that says less hate, more love. And that is
Mhm.
because we have to stop the bullying that's going on in the schools, because a lot of children are losing their lives, or they end up being mass murderers because they go out and kill people because they've been bullied. So,
Um, I put your link from the group right there.
okay.
What was in Las Vegas, my Kathy B? This was in
Las Vegas, yes. Jonathan Lewis.
oh, she's talking about Jonathan Lewis. Oh, okay.
Yes, that happened in Las Vegas. And I'm under there. Jennifer Brown is one of my best friends. She came to me and asked me to cover the story. So we covered the story on Once Upon a Crime Time. And she asked me to help with this stand. So we ordered bracelets and flyers, and we're going to do a stand here in Tennessee where I'm from. And so trying to get the word out there, because this really needs to stop. These children don't even have a chance anymore.
For real. They really don't, and that's a shame.
It is a shame. I mean, we can't even send our children to school because, my granddaughter is taken out of school and homeschooled now because she was
Hey,
dating a
Cherish.
boy. She was dating a boy who broke up with her and started dating another girl. And then they broke up, and he went back to my granddaughter, and this girl was attacking her with a 19-year-old girl.
Mm.
And it ended up into a big old fight. My daughter ended up getting involved in it because this 19-year-old girl pulled up. It's 3 girls pulled up out here. And so my daughter snatched her daughter out of school because she's in fear that this girl attacked her at a basketball game.
Mm-mm. Yeah,
So,
that bullying, I'm not with all that. I was bullied as a child growing up, and I don't like that.
no, I don't like it either. And I
Yeah.
want it stopped. And I think this stand, it's going to be worldwide. And it's people in different states going to the courthouse, standing up with banners, getting his name out there.
That's
And
good.
hopefully it will make a difference. And it's going to take a long time before we make changes. But that's a start.
It's a start.
Yes.
Exactly. It's definitely a start. I was um listening to somebody else that I follow, and he's been on my platform. He's gonna hopefully come back on. We're gonna set up something. A lot of y'all liked him before when I did the marathon, 24-hour marathon with Sharon Nation. Reverend Joseph. Hold on, I don't want to say his name wrong. But he is an activist actually. And I had played a short because, girl, I'm gonna send it to you actually. Matter of fact, you gotta look at what he's saying to these people.
Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah, I was like, oh, get him. Get him. He's a coalition activist.
Okay.
And he's just really, really good. Like he's all about going out there like you do. You know what I'm saying? Like you were saying, supporting the families by going out there and foots on the ground and
Yes.
trying to like he be in the courtrooms and the mayor's offices and everywhere else you're gonna find this man.
Yes, and that's why I reached out to a lot of the diving groups and the canine groups, and actually today a private investigator messaged me, and we became friends because these are people who, in the future, I can reach out and ask for help. And so I think that's very important. I'm going to get you those numbers as well, so
Okay.
that you have them to reach out to.
Thank you, Mama.
You're welcome.
I remember that, Katie, when Katie's daughter was being bullied not too long ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I put it
And
up
we
here.
have to, Katie, I'm going to tell you, as a grandmother, I'm a grandmother. My children are grown. I have grandchildren. But it is up to us to make a stand and make changes, because if we don't, it could be our child that is going through this, or our grandchild that's going through this. And so that's why I got involved. When Jennifer called me, she said, "Hey, I stumbled across a case today and I need your help," because I was a YouTuber and she knew that I could get the story out. But then I was like, that I don't think that's enough. And Jen said, "Let's do a stand. Let's do rallies. Let's do whatever we got to do." I said, "Let's do it." So
You never know.
it's up to us.
You never know. You
No,
know.
you don't. You don't know if you send your kids to school, if you're going to see them when they return in the afternoon, if they're ever going
Right.
to make it home.
That's right. That's right. I tell my daughter that all the time. Well, when she's speaking to me. Please be careful out there. Look around your surroundings because you never
Yes.
know. These kids, a predator always senses someone that's vulnerable.
Yes.
Look at this man. He bought this little girl. First of all, why the fuck are you buying her bathing suit?
Yeah. I'm going to
That's a
tell y'all
no.
something that happened to me, and this is just as a woman in today's age. I used to be a supervisor over 18 group homes up here where I live for patients with intellectual disabilities. And one of my homes wasn't able to go get groceries one night because she was having some behavior issues in the home. So I left work at 11 o'clock at night and went out and done grocery shopping. And these two guys was following me through the store, and I kept noticing that I kept seeing them, but they didn't have anything. So I had the buggy, or the cart, y'all call it the cart. I'm from the South, so I took it up front, and I noticed that they were in an aisle or two over and they were watching. So I went up front and got somebody from customer service. I said, "Look, I have this cart full of groceries, but I'm not about to walk out at 11 o'clock at night with this cart and these guys following me."
That's right.
So he said, he took my name and everything, and he said, "I'm going to follow you to your car." I left the groceries and everything. He followed me to my car, and guess what? We walked outside. They were leaning up against a white van sitting in front of Walmart parking lot, just leaned up against the van.
Wow.
So he
A
walked me
white
to my
van.
car. Yes. And I left and I took back roads everywhere. I called my boss and I said, "I need you to go get groceries," because he's a male. I said, "I need you to go get groceries for this house because I'm not." Well, the next day I got a call from the Walmart guy and they had it on video. He was following me through the whole store. So I think they were trying to, I'm 4'11", so I would have been easy prey for two guys.
Right.
So I'm
Thank
just
God
saying,
your
as a
instinct
woman,
kicked in.
yes, it did because I kept noticing them. So as a woman, it's not even safe for us to be out grocery shopping.
Girl.
There is a case that you need to watch. It's called the Cheshire murders. It was where the doctor, he was a doctor, and they followed his wife and two daughters home, and they uh, tormented them. They beat him up and threw him in the basement, and they made the mother go with them to the bank to get $17,000, which she did, and they still came back and raped those kids and killed the mother, raped the mother, and burned the house down. And the father got out. Yes, you
Or
need to.
the mother.
You need to.
You got to be careful what you say on YouTube.
Oh, but I'm
Or
just saying. Oh, okay. Well, I'm
yeah,
just saying. You just don't know who's following you.
yeah, you don't know. Oh, that's a hard. What's the name of that again?
It's the CHESTIRE murders.
Oh, they probably made a movie out of that.
It really happened.
Yeah, I'm saying a lot of
It is a movie. There is a movie out about it, and there's a bunch of documentaries on YouTube about it.
I must check that out. That's
It's
horrible.
Cheshire murders.
How long ago was this?
It's been a few years back because he's now married and has babies. He remarried finally and had babies, but he lost his two daughters and his wife.
Wow.
Yeah, it's sad.
That's horrible, man.
Yep, but the two guys that did it got caught. They got caught leaving the scene. Get down.
I'm looking at you know, she was it's sad when little kids have to be the parent at 8 years old.
Yeah, they said she was taking care of her brothers and everything.
Yeah, changing their diapers.
Yep.
Doing stuff like that, you know. And I've seen that a lot in a lot of cases, you know.
Yes, it's
They
unfortunate.
grow up too fast. You know,
Yes,
and they shouldn't have to.
I agree.
And that's when you see the predators, they know these things. They watch. Let me tell you that man was watching her every move, I'm sure, at that shelter.
Of course he was.
He was watching every move at that shelter.
Of course he was.
He didn't pay attention to the boys.
Nope.
Because he didn't want them boys. He wanted them little girls.
I agree.
And that shelter is now closed, right?
Yes, it's closed, and they've also boarded up the tunnels.
That shelter wasn't closed. I'll be looking at all types of people and their names and trying to find all types of shit. But it's closed, so it's like, you know.
But I wonder if the people that from the hotels where his wife was murdered, if they could shed light, or maybe the hotel where the little girl was seen, or just a number of things. There might be people still working at those places. I mean, I doubt after that many years, but who knows?
Kathy B said tunnels. Yeah, they had tunnels in that shelter. That's what
Yes.
we were saying earlier. They had tunnels. That shelter used to be a hospital. You can imagine how the spooky stuff that night. Oh, that gave me the chills. But what was it? The stepfather.
Do
That
what?
was and also he was locked up for years. For years. Not once, but twice.
Who's that?
What's his name?
Tatum?
Tatum.
Okay, yes.
He was locked up for years, twice. The
But were they
long
rape charges or burglary? I'm confused.
it said burglary charges.
Okay,
But
okay.
that's a long time. 10 years for you to do in prison for a burglary charge, I think. I guess where he lives at is not.
You know, I don't know. I just know Irvin Rudd, who is supposed to be Relicia's father, but that guy said his name is Antonio and he's the father. But Irvin Rudd was the guy who killed his 17-month-old baby.
Right. And
So
that's the stepdad.
I'm confused on the information. So we really need to do some digging and
Digging.
update this.
Yeah. We just wanted to bring it on here just to get her face on this channel because I thought that I had covered this before with you guys. I still gotta look because I swear I covered this before. But I think it was the other one that we had covered where the mother sold her to the guy that
Oh wow.
for some drugs and stuff like that. We was watching like a little documentary thing of it a few
Yeah.
months ago. Hmm.
Well, sweetie, I need to get out of here. I got to get in here
Yeah.
with Tommy and do my video stuff.
Oh, you
Um,
didn't do it yet?
no, I fell asleep.
Oh, that's
I
what
was
you were
tired.
saying.
Yeah, I was so
Oh,
tired.
okay. Well, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, it's
Do
nice
your
to meet
thing.
all of you. All right, sweetie, and if you need anything, you let me know.
Yeah, sure, sure. Thank you, Mama.
All right, you're welcome, sweetie.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye. Yeah, yeah. This is a very sad case. Um, there's more news. There's more news reports and stuff like that, guys. If you want to see it, hold on, let me see. Uh, hold on. I know a content creator and she did a really, really good job on this. I guess I could show you guys that and then we could end it. Hold on. Oh, this is the aunt. Oh, let me show you the aunt's interview. So I'm gonna show y'all the aunt's interview. Okay? A little bit of it. And I want to do a part 2 of this. Yeah. Me too, girl. Me too. Let's see what this is about.
Rudd's aunt says the discovery of a man's body in Kenilworth Park has hurt her heart. Ashley Young just spoke to Stephen Cheetah, and Stephen joins us from the homeless shelter where Relisha and her mother lived. Stephen?
Allison, word of the possible suicide of Khalil Tatum affected this homeless shelter. We spoke with some people here. They say it makes it much harder for them to hope that Relisha Rudd is still alive and well. And we did speak with Ashley Young just moments ago. She said that while this news is hard to take, she refuses to give up hope.
My heart actually hurts. It
That's the
actually
aunt.
hurts.
A discovery of a man's body in Kenilworth Park, possibly that of Khalil Tatum, who is believed to have taken Relisha Rudd, forces the child's aunt to ask this question.
If it is him, where is Relisha? Where is Relisha at? Where do he have Relisha?
While Young acknowledges Khalil Tatum's possible suicide bodes ill for her 8-year-old niece, she says she clings to hope.
I still believe that baby girl is alive. I might have not had her, but that's my baby. That's my heart, and I want her home.
Aw.
Ashley Young says that what she is really hoping is that prior to harming himself, if that is indeed what Tatum did do, that he took the little girl to someone, to a relative or a friend or someone perhaps out of the area, and that somewhere out there, Relisha is still alive with some adult who is unaware of this massive search. Reporting live, Stephen Cheetah, ABC 7 News.
Meanwhile, Relisha Rudd's aunt says the discovery of
And also Black and Missing um has done many. Rose Foundation has been in it from the beginning, I believe. So yeah, y'all. But I'm going to do a part 2 of this. I have some interviews that I'm going to be doing with a few family members for you guys and stuff like that. So just be patient with me. Y'all always patient with me. Y'all always so patient. I usually give a longer live, but I have to get up tomorrow morning, like 5 in the morning. So we're gonna end this now because I also want to do I want to do some other research with this case and some other cases that I got. So we're going to end this early today. I wanted to get her face out there for you guys and let her know that we will be doing much more on her case. All right. And if y'all could do me a favor and share this video, please, I really do appreciate it. Let's get her out there. And them taking away my comments, I think is ridiculous and interrupting my video. I don't know what the hell is going on with YouTube because my husband posted a comment for me before we started the video, and someone else posted a comment for me and it disappeared. So how that happened, who knows? But hello, motherfuckers. Try again. I ain't going nowhere. Still here. It's a shame. You try to spread awareness, you know, I do this for the victims and the families. I don't do this for kicks and views and subs and building my channel up and all that. Like y'all already know that. Y'all already know. I do this for the victims and the families. Because I could do my celebrity gossip channel and do other stuff. But we have too many missing victims out there, too many human trafficking, too many organ trafficking that's going around. And there's not enough said from the media. Not social media. Social media, people doing their thing. But it's the media. We have too many police officers that's doing the opposite instead of doing a damn job. Instead of doing their job, they're arming girls, taking girls' lives, trafficking, and doing a lot of other things. So if they think that pausing my video or taking away my comments when people are showing me love in the comments is going to stop me from volunteering on spreading awareness, baby, you're going to have to come harder than that. You're going to have to come harder than that. Everyone, have a blessed night. This young lady matters. Keep her family in prayer. Because no matter what went on, we don't live with her family, so we don't know what went on. But they still need prayer. And we demand justice. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, baby. We will not sit silent no more. We demand justice for all victims. And with that, have a blessed